Hi, I'm Lazze and I'm teaching people in metal shaping, and I have done that for 16, 17 years now. And I'm back here on YouTube with tips and tricks, but this is actually a little more how to do it. And you can make stuff many different ways from point A to point B, but if you want to make something fast, this is a way to do it. And what I'm going to show you on this, I'm going to show you how to make the side of a motorcycle tank, probably not with this part here for the drop, but the rest. And I'm going to use the 5.5-inch deep shrink and the stretcher. And I am going to use the English wheel, and this will be an uncut video. So I'm going to start working on this panel immediately in the shrinker and just shrink a lot, and then I go to the wheel and smooth it out. So I have the wheel here next to me. So I'm ready to start, and I have done a circle here and a mark there and a mark there. So this is the outer curve that I'm going to start shrink, and so far in that I can go probably a little more if I want to, and then the same thing in the back. So that's what I'm going to do, and as I said, it's going to be an uncut video from start to finish. So let's go. So that's how it looks like when I have done the first row on the edge there. And now I'm going to go hard pressure on the edge and less the further in I go. And as I'm working on this one, I can take the bubble on the first row there. I can take the bubble because I can get rid of that with the deep shrinker and go further in and get rid of all the bubbles. So you can see here how quick we can move the metal. I don't think we're probably around 1 minute now, and it's pretty quick. So that's how it looks like after I shrinked it like a pie shape. Hard pressure on the edge and less the further in I go. I think I'm going to go one more time. And I don't need to go all the way in now to the red line. I can stop a little further out. And the more consistent I am with the shrinker, the less I need to wheel it out in the English wheel. So when you purchase a deeper shrink and stretcher, make sure that you take a test piece with you and see what the machine can do before you buy it, because not everybody work the same. They work a little different. I have a little rough here on the surface there, so I go in with a little lighter pressure and make it a little more smooth there. I'm actually not shrinking it so much. I'm just blending in everything. So that's how it looks like now. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to bend the sides. So I'm going to bend that, and it's a straight piece there. So I go over to the English wheel. So now it's going to move quick. 2 there. So that was one side. And then I'm going to do the other side. So I'm using the bottom wheel and the English wheel to bend it over. There we go. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to smooth this out in the wheel as well. And I need to hold my hands closer to the pivot point, the center. I have a little more to do on the edge there. So that's how it looks like. What I need to do now, I need to shrink a little more. It's a little high here, so I need to shrink that part. And I didn't see that before I bent the sides. And I can go light on the side here too, because when I wheel it, I might stretch it just a little bit, even if I had a low pressure. But you see now it's more straight. And I'm probably going to adjust this edge here as well. And then I go in a little more on the edge, and maybe an inch deep. So now it's a little sharper there, and I would like to go back to the wheel again. So now it's pretty smooth there, you can see that. And the depth or the height of it, it's pretty good. So what I need to do now, I need to do the same thing on the bottom part there as well. It can be a little trickier to shrink that because it's a sharper radius. Same thing here, I'm using more pressure on the edge and less the further in I go. And the more you practice the deep shrinker, the more you understand where to shrink, and you look at the piece that you're making. So you see I have a little more to do there. And then I take a little more on the edge. And then I'm going to use the roundest wheel in the English wheel to smooth it out, because the bottom wheel that I have in there now it's probably not close enough. It's too flat. And the same thing here, my hands needs to be close to the center point there, so I can move it, because this part moves too quick, so I can't follow that movement there. So what I do now, I'm just smooth out the side little, the bending there, and blending it into the front and the back little there. And I need to be a little careful when I do this, because the roundest wheel there can make some damage if I'm bending it a little too quick. So I need to be very gentle in the English wheel. So that's what it looks like now. And if I want now, I can roll this flat part here up with the same wheel, the same roundest wheel. And keep the tracks really, really, really close together. And I look at the tracks all the time, so I can keep the tracks really, really close. There we go. So that's probably so close that I'm going to show you now. And this was done without the sandbag, without hammer, without planishing hammer, without Yoder hammer. It was quiet all the time. It's just hearing me talking. So that was the tips and tricks for today with the deep shrink and the English wheel. And if you would like to see more of my products and DVDs or so, or free video, go to www.lazzemetalshaping.com. Thank you.